Good morning, everybody. So today we have ready for you video number 58. And hello there, I'm coming to view. Video number 58 will be using the bar. Your introduction is starting to happen now. At the bar, you will be doing everything that creates a symmetry of connection to your form to try and get rid of all of this kind of misalignment and the indiscrepancies that go on in your pelvic stability and mobility. If you're wanting to know what to get ready for this session, it is a chair, a substantial chair, or if you've got a work surface or the bars like Ken, you've got your bars going up and down the walls, haven't you? Then use your bars. Whatever you're doing though today, the one thing to think and work at along with the breathing is your feeling for being level from left to right, right to left. Every cue I'm giving and the positions that I ask for your arms and your heels is to achieve success in this way. Your session will start actually seated on your mat. You'll be starting in this position here. So as I wait for people to come into the room and set up their connections, the seated position will be like this. The feet will be absolutely close together. Use a straight line so that you actually know your position. For those just joining us, Lindsay and Sarah and Tom and Ken, I'm just showing you how you're starting. Yes, it's a bar workout, but your sat position, should you be wanting to be really in there, is going to be up here like a little pixie. You will start this session looking like a pixie and you'll end it feeling like a pixie. Good morning, Donna, and good morning, Mena, and hello people as you enter in. I can't believe how poor my eyesight is. Keep going. I realise what's happened is my TV screen has stopped showing. Hello, screen, you should be in there. So this workout will be at the bar, as I've said, but the start of the workout, and I've got my TV screen working, will be sat on your mat looking like a pixie. By the end of the session, Rachel Murphy wanted some workouts that made her feel like a fairy. By the end of your session, you will feel like a fairy. Good morning, Susan, too. I'll repeat again, it's video number 58. Not that that matters, although that shows you kind of where we're headed. If you can start your session sat up as upright as you can. And the biggest deal in this workout is that your feet are absolutely level with each other. Have a line to know that they're level. Hello there, Janine. Keep the chest as high as you can. And the fundamental part to succeed in this workout that I've planned is your knees and thigh position here will be absolutely level, which means your feet will be level, but more significant forces your pelvis, which is your core, your center of your being, to be more level. If you're happy to sit here breathing in and out, then that's great. Good morning, Jane. I'm just giving everyone their preamble and Margaret to lead. So we're sat up, breathing deeply in and out. I don't mind how intense it is, do I, Diane? You're sat as tall as you can and you're holding yourself up with your upper body strength. If you're waiting for the start of the session, which it hasn't yet started, I'm giving you the cue and the clue as to where we go. You will be using the bar, so I'll report again. If you haven't got yourself a chair or access to something really quite structurally solid, then find that now, although if you need to get it after a bit of a warm-up on the mat, then that's great. Get yourself ready for the post warm-up, which is on the mat, seated to start with. Then in the standing position, we'll do all of the standing work after we've switched on the abdominal area and enlivened the hamstrings, glutes and obliques. Good morning, Anne. Our start position then, I'm going to get us ready and breathing. Those of you that have just wandered into the room, you sit as tall as you can and you sit with your bottom as close as you can to your sit bones and your heels. So your heels and sit bones close together. Good morning, Lorna and Michelle and Claire. We're sat ready for the workout. The thigh bones, knee joint level, the feet are lined up and it's not coincidental, it's significant. You can then reach your arms forwards and breathe deeply in and out, feeling all of the tightness that goes on in your hip flexors, and as you breathe in and out, getting the sense of stretching through the breath, the back muscles. Your chin's to your chest, Pull your thighs tight, tight, tight together. Keep your feet pressed down. Breathe deeply in and out. Keep the breath. And now place your hands and pull the thighs together around the shin to knee joint. Keep the head down. Breathe in. Breathing out then, tuck your bottom under and start to lower the spine down to the floor until you find yourself lying on your back. Leave your feet where they are. We're now lying on our backs and we're deliberately trying to keep our feet level with each other, which means that when I look at my thigh bones, they're also level. The chin can be to the chest. If you want to use a head pad at this point, that's completely fine. Keep breathing deeply in and out. Notice your new position. Your feet are heavy and your pelvic position wants to feel level from behind you, left to right. The breathing muscles are working really hard on the inhale and the exhale. As your next breath out happens, pelvic tilt. Stay, breathe into that pelvic tilt, pulling your inner thighs together. And then breathe out and roll back to your neutral. Big breath in. If it helps you to have your fingertips to your hip bones, do so. Breath out to pelvic tilt. Pelvic floor navel to spine and absolutely no bottom squeezing. Breath in into the lumbar area of the spine, back of the rib cage, high waist and lower back. And breathe out back to your pelvic neutral, rolling the pelvis back. All right, on your next breath out then, pelvic tilt, you're now in a gentle imprint. Reach your hands, keep the chin nodded. We start our abdominal curls here. Breathe out, pull the chin to the throat. You're in imprint and curl up. Check that both thighs are tight together. The kneecaps are really level. Draw the navel to the spine, breathe deeply in and out, and then roll back down again. Big breath in. Exhaling. Nod and roll. Have a breath in. Exhaling and reverse all the way back down. Breathe in. Breathe out, curl and stay. Inner thighs tight, tight, tight. Hands reaching and you start beating through your arms, breathing in 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 and out 2, 3, 4. All this while your inner thighs are drawing up through deep pelvic floor area and you're mesmerised by the fact that your kneecaps are staying level. Your heels stay heavy and the inner thighs are pulling so hard up and into the groiny area, into your pelvic floor, that you know you're doing everything as you should. Keep the breathing going in 2, 3, 4 and out 2, 3, 4 and then slow everything down and roll your spine down. You're still in imprint. Put your hands down on the floor and slide your heels under so they're more into the knee joint now. Keep your arms reaching, big breath in. We're ready for hip lifts and spine roll. Breath out to roll through the hips. Stay for a breath in just there. And breathe out, keep your thighs tight together as you bring the middle to lower back down with detail and you roll equally into pelvic neutral. Huge inhale. Exhaling, pelvic floor navel to spine as you roll through the system. Push into your feet, press the inner thighs tight together and find the hamstring to bum cheek but don't clench the glutes. And then keeping the chin nod. Take that spinal chain down, one link at a time. Just 2 more. Core connect, breath out. The breathing muscles want to wake up the mobilizing of your spine. You draw up through pelvic floor, you draw in, navel to spine. You're pulling the rib cage down with your next breath out. As you place that spinal chain down in sequence, this is the final one. Inhaling. And hard with the breath, along with the inner thighs pulling tight together, the thigh bones absolute tightly inside thigh, kneecaps level, and the next breath out, you allow the spine to melt down. The next time you're down, you'll come to neutral, big breath in. Exhaling then, head, neck and shoulders curl up. Take the hands behind your thighs to your hamstrings. Both thighs are really tight in. Breathe in. You are now in imprint. Exhaling, shrink the navel to the spine and pull your legs up into your tabletop. I've been trying to teach you how to use your upper body strength to curl yourself up further, assisting the spine where it's stiff, and inhale back down. So if you can apply that, that'd be grand. Breath out. My inner thighs stay tight. The rules of this workout haven't changed. We want pelvic sequence symmetry, and as you're going up, you're looking for both thighs being absolutely level. As you pull the knees in and feel the deepened imprint, you roll down. Breathe out, curl and stay. Breathe in, pull the knees in, feel a deeper imprint. Breathe out, push the legs away. Breathe in. If you're stiff in the back, then you need to hold on really hard, but breathe even more powerfully. Off we go. Inhaling in, breathing out, deep inner thigh, pelvic floor. Your sense of knowing that the lower bikini hip bone is working matters. This is your last one. You're going to leave your legs up in the air and place your hands down. Now pull your right leg down to the floor, bent, it is bent, so should I say. So you've got your right leg bent, your left leg straight, your pelvis is in neutral, your hands are reaching. Exhale to hip roll, take the posture up. If you can't do it with one leg straight and strong, inhale back down. Then simply take both feet to the floor. You know who you are, Tom. Breath out to pelvic curl and roll. The aim is to keep the symmetry going from left to right and training your body to have tension in one leg whilst moving through the spine and stabilising with the other leg. You have just one more. Breathing in to roll down. Breathing out, the heel pushes, the knee pushes forwards, the hips flow up, and inhaling back down. Next time you're down, pull the leg down that's been up in the air straight, ground the heel, ground your pelvic neutral shape, and send your other leg up. Everything's level, inhaling. Ground the heel, pelvic curl, as you take the posture up. If you need to check your hip bones stay where they belong, then pop fingertip to hip bone, as it were. Core connect, pelvic, no bum squeeze, just flowing up. Have a breath in, and then breathing out, rolling back down. Have a breath in. Breathing out, ribs, remember, make most of the movement of the spinal column. Breathe in to roll back down. You have one more. Core connect, and roll it up. You're waking up your hamstring on the leg that's onto the ground, and you're waking up the oblique to stop you twisting. Next time you're up, stay. You're going to keep your right leg, next time you roll down, stay, not the next time you're up. Keep your right leg up in the air, your bottoms are down, I repeat, your bums are down. Core connect, exhale to pelvic tilt and curl, head, neck and shoulders up. And then reach your hands to this leg, send the leg that was on the floor, parallel but to the floor. Have a breath in. Exhaling slowly in a mesmerized way, switch legs. Breathe in. Core connect. Breathe in. Both legs are strong. Have a breath in. Breathe out. Have a breath in. Breathe out. So as you work with what we call a two-directional push, a tensile reach, so one leg reaches away, the other leg reaches up, but continuous abdominal hollowing is the connection that allows you to do this. You've just got one more. Breathe in, and last time. Pull both knees into your chest, hold on to the back of your thighs, and find yourself upright. You're now fit to join the bar. At your bar, I'll let you take your time. I realise I know what's ahead and you don't. I'm going to reorganise my clothing. In the position that you need to be in the bar, we're still keeping the sense of creating a symmetry, which for 95% of people is a reorganisation and a reactivation, a rebalancing of this whole pelvic area. Your spine comes out of the pelvis, your thighs come out of the pelvis. So if your pelvis doesn't remain true, and few people's pelvises do, then you end up creating shearing forces. When we do this workout, the positions I'm asking you to go to are really to ground you with the hands or with your armpits and with your heels that lead actually to your hamstrings and glutes. If you can face the work surface or the chair and still be able to hear me, see me, then you'll get the best workout in terms of symmetry. I'm going straight into it. My feet are now very level, so just as when we started, our feet were close, close, close together, thighs and inner thighs zipped up, you're doing that for this moment here. Breathe deeply in, your legs aren't locked out. Your first sequence is to roll through the ankles and reverse back down. Use a lightness to the breath, either inhaling up or exhaling, it doesn't really matter. It's more that you've got the sense of alignment going on continuously, and your breathing muscles make connections from the thighs all the way up to the base of the rib cage through your middle. Inhaling up and down, or exhaling, or split the breath. It really doesn't matter. As you keep this going, remember I'm saying you might want to face, I think you should face your equipment. I'm trying to give you cueing and so you can see. We're going to let one arm float up and then return to the bar. Then let the other arm float up and return to the bar. Exhaling and inhaling. Take a count, notice whether or not you feel stabilised or if you feel a little bit wobbly. It's better to use a surface and be less wobbly than it is to fight continuously for your alignment. This is your last one. Up we flow, down we flow, and up with the opposite side and down. Remember, you're facing your work surface, so you've got now both hands. If I was facing my kit, my feet are staying tight together, feet level. My hands are very clearly either side of my hip bones. Into the squat, the legs bend, and you push a strong hand position onto your chair. Your elbows bend and your legs bend. The squat is the squat that you would normally do. The rules are, don't drop your chest, but do connect with the bar surface that you're working with, and feel for the pelvis staying level from left to right. The inner thighs can pull tight in as you lower down and push back up. The hinge of the hip, the bend of the elbows, listen to how you bend. Your elbows bend, your hips bend, your knees bend, your ankles bend to some degree, and then all of those big joints straighten up. We're going to go down and stay. Staying down there then, reapply pressure through your hands. You're breathing deeply in and out, and the aim would be to now increase a connection with the end range. Don't pull your bum cheeks tight together. Do core connect more pelvic floor and get a feel for the hands pushing and pulling along with the heels pushing and pulling. You're more spring-like, connected through the whole posture, and the chest hasn't dropped. Next time you're down into your deepest compression without your knees going forwards, you will pelvic tilt the lower back. So breathe out, pelvic floor draws up, navel to the spine, and feel the lower back round as you track through the chain of the vertebral column and bringing the body eventually to a standing shape. We change position now, you go to turn out. I'm going to face you so you know what's going on. In turn out, the same rules. Your aim is to get everything level. Have your hands in place, keep them wide, keep the shoulders square. Down to this first turned out squat and back up. Remember, the bar assists symmetry. Your use of the bar is to create a better connection and therefore expose muscles that want to get involved but otherwise don't because of a twist. You're aiming to find things that otherwise are often lost to you. Inhaling, slowly pulling your thigh bones out sideways. Exhaling, pushing the ground away with your hands and. You go down, your elbows bend. I'm imagining I've got a bar either side as I come back up. I get a much more accurate sensation with my legs. This goes into your side bottom more now than it goes anywhere. If it's going across your nickel line, remember, then you're tucked under. We're going to go down and stay. Create that equal connection with both surfaces. I'm going to imagine I've got resistance through the side which isn't on a bar. And then increase the depth. The increasing here is to stop the chest dropping, keep the legs pushing and pulling in what we call the end range stability and mobility range. So you're stabilising, mobilising, or all the way to the muscle attachments. Next time you go down, stay. Once again, connect your hands, people. Core connect the breathing out, push down into the heels, pelvic floor navel to spine, to create a rounding spine into a reaching and lengthening spine, and you find yourself upright. From that position there then, taking yourself, going back to squat, I'm going to do one more position in squat position. Go back to this position here. You'll have your thighs tight together, core connect. You know your shape, find your squat. Have it so that you're most certainly hands about as wide as your shoulder elbows are. Peel the right foot and reach it to the side. Keep both hands heavy on this surface. Pull the leg back and stand up. Squat, other side this time. Hands heavy, heel heavy. Take the leg to the side, pull it back again and stand up. We repeat. Squat, transfer load from one leg as the other leg goes out and back up. You're deliberately pressing your hands against a work surface or a chair as you allow the abductor muscles, side bottom, to work. You're in neutral pelvis clearly. Check you are. The next time you find yourself taking your right leg out sideways, so you squat, take the right leg out sideways and stay. People, check that your front knee, your left knee isn't forwards. Keep the hinge of the hip, and now your chest is square between your hands. You haven't dropped your chest. Exhale and let that right leg lift and lower, away and out. So the right leg is straight. It's the leg that was pushing out one side, and then we alternate to the other. You just got 4 more here. The more you push into the ground with your heels on the outside of the feet, the more you press against your work surface and square off the shoulders and the trunk, the better the result in rehab. Okay, we have 1 more. Then pull that leg in and stand up. Ready for the other side. Breathe. Rediscover your squat. Thighs are tight together. The load is equal from both sides. Take your other leg out and pull it back in. Take it out and back in. Keep it out, because I think that's what I meant to say. Are you ready? Square everything off. Here, I want to twist. Use that twist. Pelvic floor, navel spine. Resist sliding. The leg's going to lift and lower. Your legs are level, foot to foot, and the range of lift and lower is determined by the strength and also the depth of your hip socket, really. The ability to keep your pelvic position still whilst one leg reaches away and returns, abducts and returns. 2 more. Last one. Don't twist. Pull that leg back in and up you come to stand. Now take your feet. If you were on a mat at this point, take them wide. I'm going to face you so that you know where we are. You're here. You're in that big turnout position. The same rules apply. Go straight into your sumo squat and stand up. If I had a work surface, my hands would stay on that surface, elbows bend, bum sit back, and up. Breathe. Please keep yourself connected to the surface. The ideal is that you hinge and stand. I'm simply away from my bar to give you the best view of the shape of the body and the movement patterning. When you go down this next time, stay. Now this is where it becomes interesting, because I want you to slide and slide. If this was my bar, I'm sliding, one leg straightens, sliding, other leg straightens. The heels and the ankles stay still in terms of they're not rolled in, and it's actually your knee joint that will pull you from one side to the other. I visualize a bit of a cartoon character, as though you're just sliding secretly from one side to the other. Another thing you could get a sense of, remember, if your hands are on the bar, you'd feel as though you're sliding across a horizontal plane. The horizontal plane affects both the hips, the pelvis, and it's the knee joint, the open hip, that allows the articulation and the switch from one side to the other. In doing this accurately, try breathing as well, you will actually feel a lot of the hamstring peripherals, the side hamstring as it were, the side and back of the thigh, up into your glute med, maybe some of your inner thigh, depends how stable or tight you are. Okay people, The next time you find yourself neither one nor the other, stay, put your hands in place, big breath in, and imagine you're pushing down on your bar, pelvic tilt to bring your posture all the way up. Bring the legs together. You're going to face your bar in parallel now as we try and get you going into your side bottom area. So it's everyone's favourite moment because we want the quad and the side bottom more. I will face the bar, this is your position. Your rules are legs tight, tight, tight together, inner thighs, pelvic floor, transverse wall. You set up, find your squat, and get the sense that the shoulder, the armpit, and the pelvis are true. Pull your right foot to tiptoes and reach it as far back as you want to. But you can't move your front leg as you reach that back leg back. Get the balls of the foot, big toe to the floor, and from there, pull yourself back, and you're into your quad lunge. Staying as you are then, your back heel is up in the air, your knee is pulling forwards. Your hands can only just now reach the bar as you lower down and up. If you're too close to your bar, by all means come away, and if you're too far away, by all means go closer. As you're going up and down, the load needs to feel dominantly in the right quad, because your right leg's back, but your side bottom and your hamstring on the front leg are working with you. We're going to keep going. Turn the head now to the left as you go down and push up, turn forwards. Turn the head, keeping equal connection with that bar as your back leg lowers, knee joint to the floor. Last two, and last one, down and up. Stay, don't shift too much. You're going to pull the chest forward and ground yourself to the bar. Your back leg is going to come up, and you're going to end up with your knee up here, and then back you go. Pull the knee forwards and lunge it back. Forwards with the knee and back. Keep going. I'm going to show you from the front. It's here and here. You've got your hands on the work surface. Elbows bend, lunge back and forwards. You don't really want to take too much load as that leg goes back. I want the sense of you flowing. The flow with the hip lift, hinging at the knee joint, the thigh, down, two more, and pulling, the hamstring pulls you up, last time, and place that leg down. Ready to do the other side for your lunge, your quad positioning. So facing your equipment if you can. Find the squat, but first of all remember pelvic stability, alignment with shoulder, armpit. This time the left foot peels to tiptoes and you stride it back, keeping the heel off the floor, keeping the leg straight initially, and push against your equipment as you then pull the posture back. Your arms are now reaching through the fingers as you take the back leg down and up. The activation will go straight down your vastus, the whole front of the quad, and as you get into your positioning, and nothing should be in the joint of the knee, the front knee mustn't go forwards of the toes. Allow the head to turn to the right now and turn centre. Let the head turn to the right, turn centre, turn to the right, turn centre. Last two. Pelvic stability, hands staying connected. Last one. And as you push out the last one, lean forward to that diagonal line again. Pull your knee up, stay for a moment, and then it's a back and a lift. Lean, pull against the surface or the chair. Now don't pull your chair over. I'm really aware that chairs aren't the best, but they're better than nothing. And if you want to try this against a solid work surface, if you've got the space in your home, then this is definitely worth trying. When we're doing this sequence here, it's more of a flow. The flow is to get your hamstring and glute on the front leg now, pulling you and guiding you back. Pulling you up, guiding you back. Two more. Last time. Finish with the leg up. and place your foot down. That should start to feel really lovely. We're very cruel. We're going to now go into your sides with the karate type of abduct, leg circle and kick. You do definitely need to be facing the bar. Breathe, reorganise, regroup, find the squat. Back to your hands on the chair, the work surface, whatever it is. Perfect squat position. Peel your right foot to tiptoes and then pull the thighs together and the heel to the bottom on that right leg. More than ever, because you're single leg now, press with your heels of your hands against the bar and then let the leg go backwards, out sideways, and then thighs together. Push the heel to the ceiling, rotate it, mobilising sideways and together. Exhaling. You're stirring your thigh bone within your pelvis. The pelvis is staying true and in neutral. If this starts to pinch you anywhere, you've usually tucked under, or you've forgotten you're doing Pilates and it's a core activity. 2 more. 1 more. Keep the heels of the hands where they are now. Exhale, push that heel to the ceiling and stretch out the standing leg. Inhale, pull the knees together, breathe out. Notice whether or not you drift in one direction or the other. Chest wants to stay square as the heel goes to the ceiling and square as both knees come together as the standing leg, your left leg, bends without your pelvis tucking under. You've 2 more. And last one. People, we've got a final frontier here. Stay in that crouch shape. You're going to exhale and let the leg lift and kick. Inhaling. Now the left hand and the left heel are dominant. As you allow the leg to kick, the right arm goes lighter because you end up reaching the leg away. Turn in the direction of the kick. 1 more. 1 more. And let that go. It's a killer. Are you ready? Shake out those legs. Your feet are parallel still. You're into the squat. Breathe. Settle everything down. Get the breath back if you lost it in the previous big action of karate kick. Core connect. Navel, spine. Do not pinch your bum cheeks tight. Take the arms. Make sure you have kept a central shape from the pelvis to the upper body. Peel the left foot to tiptoes and then bring the thighs together, heel to the ceiling. Again, once you've got one leg position, if you need to shift and twist, do. Breath out, then we take the leg up, circle it and pull it back, inhaling. Exhale, press into your hands, inhale together. Away we go, and down we go. We go up and back. Up and back. Last 2. And last one. And stay. From that position there then, keep the heel to the ceiling and straighten out the standing leg and pull back down. Your ability to twist now will increase, so the demand to press down against the surface that your hands are on, along with pushing through both heels, one against the floor, one to the sky, really increases. Only the breath out will make sense of the trunk in this leg position. 2 more. 1 more. Keep the thighs level. Are you ready for the kick? Exhale, kick. Inhale back. So now one arm straightens, the other arm bends more. As you get the sense of kicking, return these together. Kick. Return these together. Kick. Are you breathing? And push with your upper body against through the arms, the surface that you've found. Everything's going straight into your side bottom. 1 more. Do 1 more. And both feet down, stay. Big breath in. Breathe out. Hollow the abs. Tuck your bottom under and return your posture to stand. You're now ready to turn away from the bar. Everything should be alive in your trunk. I need to breathe. Inhaling and exhaling. Yes, I'm still a little bit under the weather. Have your arms reaching as high to the sky as you can. I'm going to suggest you still have your thighs, feet drawn together as if glued through the inner thigh area. Breathe in and out just here. You're a strong, straight form. The breath is completely connecting you. And on the next breath out, chin to chest. And as your chin and your chest fold, your arms stay by your ears. Your legs start to bend in unison, and you find your body with your hands to the floor, legs bent, hands to the floor, legs hanging. Breathe in, bend the knees, breathe out, push against the heels and stretch those legs straight. Inhale, belly to spine, exhale. Push equal legs, both heels, both hands. Last time. When you bend the knees this time, core connect the breath, pick up to tiptoes and walk your hands as you finish in a strong posture. Your feet are tight together. Your shoulders draw down the back. Collarbones are wide and smiling from the sternum to each collarbone. The inner thighs are tight. If you've got the strength to pull the heels backwards and forwards, pressing the ground away with the hands and the feet, you're joining together of a strong workout. You 4 more, breathe. 3 more, breathe. 2 more. Last time, lift your hips up, start to walk your hands in until you can get your feet flat again. The range of movement, because of everything you've done, should improve. Your thighs are tight together, the chin is to the chest. Shrink the tummy in, and then slide the hands back. Bend the legs as you learn to pelvic tilt, keeping the inner thigh, moving through your spine, and you're upright. Take your feet so that they're slightly apart now, but you know where your legs are. We're going to do a side bend with strength. Core connect your neutral pelvis. Don't allow your ankles to roll in. Inhale your left arm to the ceiling or your right arm, it doesn't really matter. Mirror image me or do your own thing. Breathe out, ear to the shoulder. Strong bend sideways. Refuse to take the load out of either foot. Resist twist, and the bend is here in the middle rib cage to the armpit. Huge breath in, exhale and pull the hand up the side of the thigh until you find yourself straight and bring your arm down, perfectly formed. Inhale the arm up, core connect pelvic floor. Exhale, ear to the shoulder. Push the opposite arm now down the thigh. Resist the twist. If you can't go any further, do not move the hips. Remember the bend, it's a mini roundabout under your armpit. If you can't take your arm over towards your ear, don't. Take it kind of here. You're better off honouring a wonky shoulder than forcing things to happen that can't. Keep breathing in and out. My pelvic floor's drawing up, my belly to the spine, navel to spine. Inhaling, exhaling, and then sliding through the oblique area. You're up to stand. Well, that's all we have time for today. I hope you feel as sweaty and wet after that humid workout as I do. You've just done abdominal wake up to core connect along with your bar legs. The bar legs were to create symmetry around your pelvis so that when you come back to the studio, there's a blatant improvement in your alignment and strength. Anyway, it's been great yet again to have you in the room, and I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. Here's to having a good day, and whether or not there are going to be any thunderstorms, one wouldn't know. But hello to those that I didn't welcome in, Sarah, Helen and Leslie. I hope you're out of breath too. I'm going to say goodbye and take care, stay well, and we will soon be open as my glasses steam up. Bye-bye. Yes, very hot, isn't it, Emily? See you, everyone.